Thank you, Paris. New at 10, being a renter can sometimes be a hassle when you have a broken AC unit or heater, or if your refrigerator stops running and you have to throw out all of your food.
That's right. Last week, Fox 23 brought you the coverage of a couple who was without AC for 26 days and felt that they were out of options, so they turned to Fox 23 for help.
Right before Paris went out to that breaking news scene, she dug into your rights as a renter so you don't have to go through the same experience.
Most renters feel they can't speak up or don't feel the need to when they have issues with their apartment. But Carrie Cooper with Tulsa Apartment Association says it's important to communicate with your property manager about the problems you might have.
They may feel like they don't have rights, but they definitely do when it comes to the Landlord-Tenant Act. There's been talk about their concerns about if they make a complaint that they might be retaliated against by the landlord, and that's absolutely not allowed under the Landlord-Tenant Act. Making a complaint to the city or the health department does not constitute a reason for eviction.
Many renters often experience issues with broken AC units, heaters that don't work, mold, or other maintenance issues. But there's a system in place to get those issues taken care of.
AC calls tend to get prioritized over a garbage disposal not working, but there is a system in place. If a resident has a situation where there's a health and safety issue, they need to make sure that they've communicated that to the property manager as well.
Cooper told me property managers have a certain time frame to get those problems resolved before you can act.
There is a law that states that if there's a health and safety risk and they've given the notice, they can give a notice to their property manager or the rental housing provider, and they have 14 days to correct that issue. And if it's not corrected within 14 days, then there's remedies that the resident can take. One of those could be that they break the lease. The other is they could have the repair made and then deduct that from their rent, and that can be up to 1 month's rent that they can deduct. But there are some specifications in that, so we always recommend that the residents look at the Landlord-Tenant Act, make sure they understand exactly what their responsibilities are, and then also if they feel like it's necessary, they can also seek legal help.
And if they don't fix the situation, here's what you should do.
To put in a maintenance request, and then that way that issue can get addressed, and it's also documented in that company's system that that request has been made. Also, if they've struggled with communication or just getting in touch with the manager, always documenting it from their perspective and having that documented date and time of when they reached out to. So if their issue doesn't get resolved, then they have that documentation to go back to.
And if you still aren't getting your problem solved, you can report your issue to the City of Tulsa for code violations, and someone will help you with the next steps.
That was Fox 23's Paris Rain reporting.